Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Lou. What it do? What it do? What it do? It's your boy, and I'm back with another video. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've hopped on my YouTube channel. But welcome to my room. You feel me? I don't know if you guys have ever seen my room before, but I used to always be in a different room, but now I'm in the other room, and what's called here I am. You know, this is my space. You know, this is our space. You know, where we. This is my room, you get me? This is you're coming into my secret place, you know, and it's exciting to be back, you know, it's exciting to be able to have this again, you know. I just been focused on school, you feel me? Just, man, I can't even say, I probably just haven't been the most disciplined where I should be, like, to keep this thing going. But I still been on my grind with the Lord, you know, and that's all glory to Him, not, you know, that's only Him, you know, for reals. But like life's been good, you feel me? Life's been good, and you know, I got a word for today, you feel me? Like I got a word and I got me my notes right here. But the chapter that I've been reading was James 5, right? And if we turn it real quick, like, I hope the sounds like I ain't even, you know, this first take thing, you know what I'm saying? But one of the greatest things that this whole chapter was really talking about was being patient in suffering. So getting into it, like we just gonna share a little bit about what it says. Like we're gonna read a couple verses. It says, "Be patient then, brothers and sisters, until the Lord's coming. See how the farmer waits for the land to yield its valuable crop, patiently waiting for the autumn and spring rains." There's so much in this chapter that talks about like patience and like a lot of things, you get me? This passage immensely talks about patience and suffering though. You know, sometimes we could go through patience. Sometimes we're just being patient for a certain job. Sometimes we're being patient for a certain, you know, like I can't really tell you what you're being patient for. You know what you've been patient for in your life. Maybe it's a call from a family member, a call from a boo thing, you know, call from a, you know, things like that. You're waiting for a scholarship, you're waiting for a ride, you're picking up somebody who you gotta pick up and they take super long. Like you never know, you know. But there's a difference when it comes down to being patient at times with God. Because patience with the Lord is sometimes not easy. Patience with being with God, it gets hard sometimes, you know, because as I was reading this passage, it starts talking about the patience and suffering with walking with God and sharing about God. Like if we go on to in verse 9, oh no, in verse 10 it says, "Brothers and sisters, as an example of patience in the face of suffering, take the prophets who spoke in the name of the Lord." Like the prophets were really suffering. They really suffered because they went out to give the good news. They went, or not even the good news, because at the time Jesus wasn't even there, but they were giving more of a message from God to real people who were living on the contrary from what God wanted, you know? Like it was the prophets to their own people of Israel. You get me? So the prophets were really persecuted. You know, there's prophets like Jeremiah, there's prophets like Noah. You know, I'm not entirely sure, you know, that, but he was used by God, and he actually was a prophet, actually talking about, he was foretelling an occurrence to come of the flood, and nobody believed him. Everybody ridiculed him. Everybody hated on him. They just laughed at him. Jeremiah was hated upon, you know, like Ezekiel, God even says, "I'm going to harden your heart because the people that I'm going to send you to are super hardened." And he had to have that tough layer. And that's what I want to talk to y'all about today. Like, with God, the verses that he really spoke to me was, if the world hates you, remember, it hated me first. And that's in John 15, verse 18. And then another verse that he spoke to me was in John 16, verse 33. It says, "I have told you this so that you may have peace in me. In this world, you will have many trials, but take heart. I have overcome the world. And to me, that gives me confidence because he's telling it to me for peace reasoning. Because this is going to get hard sometimes. To be patient ain't easy. To struggle and suffer ain't easy. But there's another verse in the Bible that says the joy of the Lord is our strength. I'm not going to be strong all the time. I'm not going to always feel joyful. I might not always like to suffer. Who likes to suffer? I know I don't. I don't like to suffer. But there's good reason for it, you know? There's true reason for it. There's beautiful purpose behind it, you know? It's like the crushing, you get me? Sometimes that crushing that you got to go through to produce the oil, you feel me? Like olive or like grapes with wine, you know? Like you got to go through that crushing moment, crushing season, so that everything can come out of you. The good things, you get me? But even then, like just being with God is not always going to be easy, but walking with God is ultimately you getting closer to him. Suffering with God is glory with God, and that's what the word says too. So I just want to be a person, you know, as I'm on my way, you know, if God allows me to be back on here, like, you know, if you ever find yourself struggling with suffering for Jesus, people are hating on you, people are calling you names because of it, people are leaving your life, yo, rejoice. That's what the Bible says. I believe in James 1. It says to rejoice with that. Let's go there real quick. It says in James 1 verse 2, it says, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. That first verse. It says, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds. Pure joy. Because there's something good there. There's something true. There's something meaningful. There's something that's happening there. When God is putting you through the trial of fire, he's going to take you out of there shining. That's how gold, that's how silver is purified. You feel me? So I hope that y'all enjoyed this message, you know. It's first of many in Jesus' name. I love y'all, and you know, I hope that this in some way, shape or form could be a blessing to y'all. And you know, may God bless you guys, and I hope to see y'all or keep having these type of moments. Just you, I, and the Lord. In Jesus' name. Salute y'all.